Hi, I'm Hiren Kotak. I lead R Systems Intelligent Automation practice globally. We are a technology consulting and service provider, and we have been in this business for past 27 years. As a gold partner of Automation Anywhere, we are excited to be part of this awesome annual event. Today, I will be talking about hyperautomation, which has been a subject of discussion lately in our industry. I will share with you our hyperautomation framework and how we applied it to change the revenue cycle management processes in healthcare industry. And then briefly, I'll cover who we are and what we do. In the automation industry, the biggest buzzword today is hyperautomation, making many of us think about what it is and how do we benefit from it. There are many definitions of hyperautomations. Most of them focus on the usage of multiple tools and automation beyond RPA, but they have limited explanation of which tools and why, or how do we integrate them and really benefit from them. There are many issues that most available frameworks do not address, like lack of holistic integrated strategy. They still have very myopic view of tactical routine automation. They lack consistent approach for RPA integration with other tools. And they have confusing adoption of technologies and often overlapping technologies and lack of meaningful level of governance, which is not too much governance, but at the same time, not too little. And finally, lack of proper team structure, right talent pool, and effective collaborative operating model and interaction model. Without solving these challenges, one is bound to be exposed to the credibility risk within organization. And this has resulted in skepticism about hyperautomation, slowing down its adoption and effectiveness. At our systems, within our intelligent automation practice, we have taken a holistic, integrated approach that considers the relevant people, process, and technology aspects, as well as clients' maturity level and other strategic aspects like change management and target benefits. We have developed a three-dimensional framework that incorporates customized implementation process to leverage the right set of digital technologies depending on clients' organizational automation maturity. These three aspects are intertwined and work together like Rubik's Cube. On top of this, we have an overarching strategic dimension that designs, develops, and implements things like automation roadmap, funding and chargeback system, stakeholder communication and escalation, governance and operating model, info security, compliance and risk management, digital workers management, outcome metrics, benefit realization, and reporting, and as well as the mechanism to do continuous improvement and optimization. Now, let's briefly discuss the three primary dimensions of intelligent hyperautomation or hyper intelligent automation. Obviously, we must first assess the current state and consider organization's maturity first. Depending on whether the client is just starting, ready to scale up at an enterprise level, or even ready to take it beyond that and bring automation as a way of life for all their employees, we customize automation technology and implementation methodology accordingly. For beginner, key is to set up the incubation center with appropriate stakeholders education, and funding, as well as having an entrepreneurial team with adequate rules of engagement and change management practice in place. When ready to scale up, now the operating model and governance become extremely critical. Focus areas shift to the automation lifecycle, right from generating ideas and identifying opportunities to designing, developing, testing, and deploying automations with appropriate RPA technologies, along with OCR, NLP, and document understanding technologies for semi structured and unstructured inputs. Measuring, monitoring, and reporting benefits are often overlooked at this stage, but are very, very important for the sustainability of the automation initiative. Also, at this stage, you will have to start training your operations manager and process owners to manage the new digital workers. Most of our customers are in this stage of their maturity. When organization is ready for automation as a way of life, you will want to start planning for democratizing automation and putting it in hands of every employee. This comes with appropriate level of talent management, reskilling, and new performance management processes. Now the focus is on identifying automation champions with organizational credibility to infuse automation at every level of the organization. And this is augmented with the culture of continuous improvement and maximizing shareholder value. Next dimension is technology stack. Here we focus on technologies that help us automate by mimicking or imitating human behaviors. Our focus is not implementing new functional systems that change the way people work in an organization, but we focus on helping them with a digital worker that perform faster, better, and cheaper. All those three things that your traditional PM always mention, that you can pick any two, but you can't have all three. Well, now we have a way for you to have all three of them. Process mining and task mining helps you analyze and detect bottlenecks, inefficiencies, and automation opportunities like your traditional green belt and black belt process gurus did. Robotic process automation and robotic desktop automation, attended or unattended bots, take care of all your structured intake as well as rule based actions and decisions. Advancement in OCR, NLP, and computer vision helps with reading and understanding and even translating semi structured or unstructured documents that are written in natural human language. Conversational AI, commonly known as chatbot, work as virtual agents and facilitate bidirectional communication using text or voice by leveraging natural language understanding, natural language processing, as well as natural language generation technologies. And finally, machine learning and deep learning algorithms. They simulate experience based learning and decision making using historical data. A well crafted amalgamation of these technologies with workflow automation provides a digital worker that works faster, better, and cheaper almost 24/7, 365 days a year without any expectation of medical benefits, vacation, pension, 401k, or promotion. Finally, the third dimension, the how part. In the given situation, how do you take an idea and convert it into a tangible benefit? We have crafted a 7-step implementation methodology for every maturity level of organization in various industries that helps you at every step of the automation lifecycle, from analyze and discover to design, develop, deploy, and then measure, monitor, and optimize. We have developed a playbook with tools and accelerators, design review and code reviews, best practices and checklists, orchestration tools, benefit metrics, measurements, monitoring, reporting, and analytics to gain business and insights for continuous improvement. Using these assets, we can accelerate value delivery in your organization. Now, you might say, all this sounds good, but it's all theory. So, I want to talk to you about our implementation of hyperautomation in healthcare. You may ask, why healthcare? Did you know that majority of US healthcare organizations have not re-engineered most of their administrative processes in the last 20 years? This is the area that deserves the most attention, especially post COVID. Let's get some context regarding the problem that we are solving. Despite decades of federal and state governments tinkering with health policy, inflation adjusted healthcare spending on a per capita basis has increased about sixfold since 1970. In 2018, we spent close to 4 trillion on healthcare. More than 8% of that spending is attributable to administrative cost, primarily related to insurance and billing. Excess administration is about 200 billion problem, accounting for one-fourth of the total waste in Lean Six Sigma term, non-customer value added spending. And again, primary contributors to this administrative costs are billing and insurance related costs and excessive administration. On top of that, with everything that's happening in this industry, the revenue cycle management cycle time is expected to rise. A typical healthcare claim process is complex and largely manual, and this problem is growing in billions of dollars of spend and millions of dollars of lost revenue. Healthcare industry has continued to look for valid solutions, and even though there is a proliferation of healthcare systems, solutions, specialty service providers, the challenge remains unresolved, and this industry is set to cross $100 billion. At our systems, we have leveraged hyperautomation to solve these problems. With our experience of working with variety of healthcare clients, we have figured out a way to help solve their challenges, like staff or knowledge attrition, volume fluctuation, quality and SLA issues, inefficiencies and backlogs, and revenue leakage. We take holistic approach of looking at all the RCM activities as well as upstream and downstream activities that would have any impact on the smooth claim or invoice processing. Outside of actual patient treatment and related medical procedure, some of the patient services and payer administrative tasks have direct impact on billing and claim processing and account receivables. Working with various clients, we have studied those processes in detail and automated them using RPA, OCR, NLP, conversational AI, and machine learning algorithms. From end to end, seamless, close to zero touch RCM operations. Let's take a look at them one by one as we know how they are all interrelated and how their automated version could be interconnected. So, first, let's look at the patient services because if there are no patients, there is no healthcare, and if there is no healthcare, there is no healthcare billing. You all are aware of amount of paperwork that goes on when you visit a new clinic or a hospital. With Automation Anywhere RPA technology, along with IQBot and other NLP algorithms, we have our bots read the patient ID, insurance information, check-in forms, privacy forms, etc. to automatically enter all the information in the electronic health record system and register a patient. Next, we need to verify the validity of insurance and eligibility of the benefits. Our bots access hundreds of different payer websites to verify this information, requiring almost no human intervention. With our chatbots and voice bots that can be used via many user interfaces, including mobile phone, patients are now able to set up appointments 24/7. Chatbot works with RPA bot to identify available time slot and schedule the appointment and give appointment confirmation number back to patient. After the treatment, bots are triggered to send the required billing information via text messages, emails, or mails to patient for their applicable co-payments that were found during the eligibility verification and pre-authorization. Until the payments are made, periodically, the scheduled bots continue to send those reminders. Finally, we conduct patient survey and collect information about their overall experience using bots. Our AI-based model analyzes the free-form feedback, understand the sentiment, and trigger escalation if needed. All this data is analyzed and used for management reporting along with meaningful insights through advanced analytics. Next comes the administrative tasks related to payer setup, chart migration, etc. Our bots provide the latest provider information or medical professional information to payers and set up the users. Another major time consuming and tedious task used to be contract setup. We now have AIML and NLP based contract analyzer that extracts the required information and sets up the payer provider relationship in the system. Similar AIML based tools are used for chart migration, audit, and provider education. We also use ML algorithms to analyze the payer data, effectiveness of various programs, their popularity, the payment patterns, ease of claim processing, and revenue leakage. Now comes the actual claim processing. First, our intelligent bot, our code extractor, reads all the medical information and decides the CPD or ICD-10 codes that are used for medical billing. This code extractor information uh, is used to decide the kind of billing that happens. This extractor is so accurate now that it gets used to train any new staff member or to resolve disagreements between two staff members. These codes, along with other medical information, is used by bots to enter the claim information and submit it to the clearinghouse wherever applicable. If clearinghouse rejects it, bots handle the rejection and resubmit the corrected claim. Next, we have bots checking the status of the claims on payers' websites. Some payers, like state, Medicaid, may not have a sophisticated website, and they do provide claim status via automated phone system known as VRU or IVR. We have developed conversational AI agents that can communicate with these IVR systems and capture the required status so that the staff members do not have to spend their valuable time listening to the machine. In addition to our code extractor and contract analyzer, this one has truly been very innovative and very well appreciated by our healthcare clients. Finally, for a very small percentage of claims, if we receive denial from payers, our bots analyze the denial reasons, which could fall in about 20 to 30 different categories, and decide the course of action. This may require pulling additional information from some of the systems or contacting medical staff to provide additional information, and then resubmitting the claims for revaluation and resolution. Once the required outcome is achieved, bots update the EHR systems as well as payment systems as necessary. The last part of RCM process involves account receivable and payment processing. Our bots take care of appropriate follow-ups with various parties involved in the claim processing and AR processing to complete the cycle. When payments are received, they are automatically applied to the right patient for the right treatment, and their balances are updated. Payments are reconciled, and depending on the underpayment or overpayment, bot triggers next action either to solicit additional payment or to issue refund. Lastly, when claim is not resolved for certain amount of time, bots transfer those claims to collections department or agency and write off appropriate amount. We also collect huge amount of data on the effectiveness of the claim processing and AR activities, report them to management, and analyze them for continuous improvement. Thus, the whole cycle of RCM, from patient registration and payer setup to claim and payment processing, is automated using digital technologies that we discussed earlier. Process mining and task mining, like discovery bots, are fully utilized to analyze various process scenarios and find underlying automation opportunities. Many of our clients have become our advocates and have recognized us for helping them achieve their accuracy, SLA, productivity, and cost efficiency goals. The global pandemic has impacted the healthcare clients the most with sudden rise in volume, and our clients have acknowledged how their new digital coworkers or digital friends have made the impossible possible. I hope this helps you realize that the hyperautomation is not a hype, but it can be reality for you if implemented correctly. At our systems, as a part of intelligent automation, we have hundreds of certified experts with experience required to make your automation journey a success. With that, let me give you a very brief overview of our company. Our Systems is a global mid-tier technology service provider with over 2,700 employees, 16 development centers, and 25 offices. For over 27 years, we have served hundreds of customers across various industries. Despite COVID, we have managed to grow by 11% in the last three quarters of 2020 and have been recognized as a leader in our industry. In intelligent automation, we have been fortunate to serve some of the big names in various industries and have enjoyed 80% growth in last 3 calendar years, not just with RPA but also with hyperautomation. By the way, we looked at uh, hyperautomation example with healthcare industry, but hyperautomation is process agnostic. It's industry agnostic. We have successfully applied hyperautomation framework and tools to automate hundreds of processes in various industries and horizontal functions. Before we wrap up, here are the 5 reasons to work with us. We take pride in our leaders and technology staff as they come from consulting background and bring expertise in various technologies and methodologies that help in maximizing ROI for our customers. Our size allows us to be nimble, flexible, and customer centric. You can count on us for promising what we deliver and delivering what we promise. Our proactive and consultative approach has helped us gain trust and credibility, which is evident through the amount of customer references we are able to provide, the repeat business that we are getting, and the footprint expansion that we have enjoyed over the years. We solve your business problems holistically, not just provide siloed technological solution. Lastly, with our global presence, we are successfully tapping into the best talent across the world, train them as needed, and maintain the bench strength that helps us provide round the clock services to our large clients. For more information about our systems and our capabilities, you can reach out to me or any of our business development leaders in your region that are listed here. In Americas, we have Jimmy, Chris, James, Andreas, Nikhil, and others. In Europe, we have Kishore, Nikolai, Petru, and others. And in Asia Pacific region, we have Farid and Gunalan. We all look forward to hearing from you and helping you with your business opportunities. With that, I wrap up my presentation and thank you all for your time and attention. Go be great.